Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? When you are watching this, it is Wednesday, February 21st. Today is actually not February 21st. When I'm recording this, it is February 20th. So I recorded these yesterday while I was here at work. But here are the announcements for today, which is Wednesday. All right, want to remind you, as always, be a pro, be positive, be respectful, take ownership for your learning, for your environment, and for your actions. Birthdays, Miss Bott and Christopher Garcia have birthdays today. Happy birthday to both of you. Hopefully, you make it an amazing day. I want to remind you about middle school track. Current 7th or 8th grade students, there's information about middle school track for you outside of the main office on the brown table. Students, want to remind you, Code of Conduct 10A is against selling, exchanging, or trading of any item for profit or personal gain, which means that you can't go to Walmart, buy a bunch of snacks, and then sell them here to make money. I'm all about entrepreneurship and people starting businesses, but unfortunately, you can't do that here at school. So make sure you're not. Again, that is a violation of the Code of Conduct. Sixth graders, a couple of your teachers have told me that students have been playing around by grabbing other people's coats and running away with them. Let's not do that. Again, no running in the halls. And don't take people's things. I don't find that funny. To me, that's not very playful. Don't take people's stuff and don't run. Eighth graders, want to remind you, May 24th is the eighth grade dance, and you can have no out of school suspensions going back to February 12th. So make sure that you are doing what you need to do to be successful so you can attend the eighth grade dance. Students, sent out to you today in your Google Classroom was information about March Madness. We're going to have a little 3-on-3 basketball tournament here at Middle School North. The signups, you have to sign up by March 8th, and students can only participate if you're passing all of your classes and you don't have any out of school suspensions. All right. If you meet those criteria, you can sign up for the 3-on-3 basketball tournament. But more information is in your Google Classroom about how to sign up. Joke of the day from Ashton Rogers. What did the snail who was riding on the turtle's back say? Whee! Thanks, Ashton, for sending that. All right. So we talk all the time about what cruisers can do when we say it's great to be a cruiser. Or, on the announcements when I say you have all the tools to be successful and we've got your back. Well, I wanted to share some information with you about some cruisers who have been incredibly successful, who have reached the top of their field in whatever the case it is. So I've put together just a very small list. It didn't take me very long. There are literally hundreds of other people that could have been added onto this list. But these are famous cruisers, not necessarily famous, but these are very successful cruisers who walk the same halls that you do each and every day. At some point, they were walking these same halls and are very much some people that I'm very proud of to say that they are alumni of Groveport Madison. So I put a few of them together. One of them is Timothy Michael. Timothy Michael graduated from Groveport in 1966, became a wealthy businessman, and he has donated hundreds of thousands of dollars in scholarships to Groveport Madison students over the last 10 years. So I put together some of the pictures of students receiving their scholarships. This right here is Timothy Michael. Again, Groveport Madison graduate, put himself in a position where he's able to be very helpful and supportive of young cruisers. So just one example of some of the great stuff that our Groveport graduates do. Here's another one. His name is Thomas Hennon. Believe it or not, he is an astronaut. He graduated from Groveport Madison in 1970, served 23 years in the Army in imagery intelligence, became an astronaut, and flew aboard the space shuttle Atlantis. And he helped to found the Atlantis Foundation, which is a group that advocates and provides services for people with developmental disabilities. So giving back to his community. If you've noticed, one of the things about our last person, Timothy Michael, is that he is giving back to his community. Thomas Hennon giving back to his community as well. So far we've seen wealthy businessmen. We've seen astronaut. This person right here, his name is Calvin Booth. He graduated from Groveport Madison in 1994. He played college basketball at Penn State and was in the NBA for 10 years. He set the record for the most blocked shots in Big Ten history. Now he is a general manager of the Denver Nuggets. If you don't know what the general manager does, they essentially help put together the team. They sign players, they sign coaches, they report directly to the president of the team. So Calvin Booth not just an athlete, but a very intelligent guy who, again, was able to put together the Denver Nuggets team, which led them to the NBA championship last year. So, again, not just an athlete, but used his mind to be very successful, leading his team to an NBA championship last year. Uh, Lilia Ostero graduated from Groveport, Madison in 1996. She is a tennis player. She attended Stanford, won the Honda Sports Award as the best college female tennis player in 1997 before she turned pro. She graduated from Stanford with a degree in international relations and was inducted into the Stanford Hall of Fame, and then became a tennis coach at Harvard. So again, not just an athlete, she went to Stanford, which if you don't know much about Stanford, it's one of the top 20 colleges in the United States. And then was a tennis coach at Harvard, obviously another place that it's not easy to work at. So again, not just an athlete, but used her mind to be successful and get her places. There's not a lot of people that get into Stanford University that want to, and she was very successful as an athlete, but also as an intellectual. All right, and then Dwayne Smoot graduated from Groveport, Madison in 2012. He's played 8 years in the NFL. He's still playing in the NFL. He works with a nonprofit group such as Big Brothers Big Sisters of Florida, the Better Dad Society, and volunteers at local food banks. He opened a bilingual early learning center in Jacksonville, and this year was named the Walter Payton Man of the Year for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So if you don't know anything about the Walter Payton Man of the Year award, this is probably the most prestigious individual award in the NFL that's not the MVP trophy. This is going to people who are outstanding players, but also outstanding in their community. And all of those things that I just listed are why he was the Walter Payton Man of the Year award for the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I wanted to give you this heads up to say, you can do anything that you want to do. What we've seen here, we've seen businessmen, we've seen people in science with astronauts, we've seen athletes who didn't just use their athletic ability, but were volunteering or were really dedicated to their studies, going to places like Stanford, use their intellect to put together professional sports teams and win championships. So the point of this is that when we say it's great to be a cruiser, or you've got all the tools to be successful and we've got your back, these are some people who have used the tools that they have and the support of others around them to be successful. And I can't wait to hopefully see some of you at some point doing these outstanding things as well. So I want to remind you, E plus R does equal O. Events are going to happen that are out of your control. How you respond to it is what's important. Positive responses tend to lead to positive outcomes. But remember, make it a great day or not. The choice is yours. And if no one has told you yet today, you are loved. You belong here at Middle School North. You have all the tools to be successful, just like the people we just talked about. We've got your back. Have yourself a wonderful Wednesday. And as always, it is great to be a cruiser.